Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. We have our fourth set of fact sheets for the new upcoming Farming Simulator 25, and we're going to take a look at some of the new equipment and stuff that's coming with the next game. But first, if you guys have not pre-ordered yet, make sure you guys do so. There are links down below in the description to be able to do that, and if you do pre-order, you do get the Macdown bonus pack, which will be free with your pre-order. If you don't pre-order, you won't get that as just kind of free with it, so just be aware of that. You might have to pay extra if you want the Macdown pack later. So if you're planning to get the game eventually anyways, you might as well just pre-order it because, well, yeah, you get the Macdown pack. It's just kind of an extra free bonus for pre-ordering, so there you go. But regardless of that, let's go ahead and jump into the fact sheets for this week. So first up here, we have got a couple of different pieces of CLAAS equipment. First, we have the harvester itself. We have the CLAAS Evion 450, which obviously is a harvester. Costs $226,500 to buy. Has 258 horsepower. Has a variable CVT transmission. Holds 500 liters of fuel. Will drive at 40 kilometers per hour or 24 miles per hour. Holds 8,000 liters of grain or whatever you're harvesting. And it weighs 11.5 tons. Now, what can you harvest with this piece of equipment? Well, depending on the header you have in the front, obviously there's a difference between a corn header, a helianthus header, and a grain header. You can harvest wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, and long grain rice. Moving down to the header, we have the CLAAS Vario 620, which is a header, a grain header more specifically. It's going to cost you $52,000 to buy that. It weighs 2.2 tons and has a working width of 6.2 meters. It does also work at 10 kilometers per hour or 6 miles per hour, which is about pretty much standard for a grain header in our game or in FS22 and FS25. So that's just all standard stuff. It will harvest wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, soybeans, and long grain rice. So pretty cool to see a harvester here. It's nice to see those icons down there. We haven't seen soybeans recently either. They haven't been on like the seeders, so they might be a crop that you have to use a planter for, but some people were theorizing that they were going to take them out of the game. They're definitely not going to do that. They will be in the next game. But anyhow, moving on. Next, we have a piece of Oxo equipment, which we've taken a look at yesterday with the new green beans blog, because this is the green beans harvester. This is the Oxo BP214E. This is a harvester. It's $498,500 to buy, so quite pricey, but that's pretty reasonable for a completely self-propelled harvester, so nothing really surprising there. It has 315 horsepower, a variable CVT transmission, holds 850 liters of fuel, and will drive at 25 kilometers per hour or 15 miles per hour. It will hold 15,000 liters of green beans. It has a weight of 19.5 tons, so fairly heavy. It does have a working width of 3.3 meters, and it does drive or work at 10 kilometers per hour or 6 miles per hour, so pretty standard for harvesting. And again, it only harvests green beans. It's very dedicated to that, so cool to see that, but there you go. Moving on from there, we have ourselves a disc harrow here. We have the Delo Power Chain 800. This thing's going to cost you $43,000 to buy. It's going to have a requirement of 180 horsepower, so you have to have a tractor with that to pull it. Now, we don't get any fact sheet on the green tractor in the front there. I'm thinking that's the Fendt 700 Vario, which we had a fact sheet on. I believe it was last week. But anyhow, this cultivator will hold 300 liters of seeds, and we'll get to that here in a second of why that is something kind of cool. It weighs 5.6 tons, has an 8-meter working width, will work at 18 kilometers per hour or 11 miles per hour. Again, it does seed, and it will seed grass and oilseed radish. So if you wanted to put either of those in the ground, this thing will do that for you as you're going over it, or you can just use it as a disc harrow. So kind of cool to have that. We've had this stuff before that does similar stuff, but this is definitely a new piece of equipment. I don't think I've ever seen this in a game before, so it must be something new by Delo, but it's definitely kind of a unique, kind of more triangular design, I would say. So pretty cool to see that. All right, next in our final fact sheet this week, we have a couple pieces of Burger equipment. Now, with this photo here that I'm showing you on the screen, it says the HTS22B.79 is a trailer, $30,000 to buy, requires 180 horsepower, and weighs 4.8 tons. And then we have the Burger AW2217 at the bottom, which is also a trailer. So, like, where's the other trailer in here? And I was kind of curious about that. But, of course, I looked a little further into it. And then if I show you what's on your screen right now, you can see the difference here. We have kind of an IT runner setup, which is pretty cool. But continuing with the AW2217, which is the IT runner back, kind of on the back of this thing, it is $35,000 to buy, holds between 25 and 36,000 liters, depending on the configuration, and it will weigh 3.8 tons. And it does have a working width of 24 meters, which means it's likely going to also spread manure, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it'll spread anything else. I'm looking through some of the photos here to take a look of it actually doing anything specific. There's nothing of it on the field working, so I'm just going to assume that that's going to be manure spreading that it's going to do on the back of that if you have it in that kind of configuration. So in its current configuration under screen, it's probably going to hold 36,000 liters, and it's probably going to hold only 25,000 when it's in the manure spreading configuration. It might also do lime, it might also do fertilizer, but my guess would be manure. So we'll just kind of have to see. And pretty cool, down at the bottom, we see a really good look at some of the new icons here. And this holds most of the bulk items. The one thing it doesn't have down there is grapes. So grapes are probably going to require a special trailer again, like they did in Farming Simulator 22. But going from left to right on the top, we have wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beets, red beets, carrots, parsnips, long grain rice, wet rice, green beans. Then down to the bottom row, left to right, we have peas, spinach, sugarcane, wood chips, cut beets, silage, grass, hay, straw, mineral feed, TMR, total mixed ration, pig food, snow, olives, and manure. So most of the bulk kind of crops are in there, so pretty cool to see that. But that is the fact sheets this week, guys. Hopefully you guys are as hyped as I am about the new game. If not, well, I guess that just kind of is what it is, but I am very excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video regardless. If you guys did, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.